The official authorized truth is that foreign terrorists attacked the USA on 9/11. What if the official story of 9/11 is a big lie?
We have been and continue to be lied to about the events of September 11th, and that elements within the United States government and mainstream media continue to cover up the truth. These are the same people that lied about weapons of mass destruction. They endorsed a lie that's killed several 100,000 innocent people overseas. Could they also endorse a lie that killed almost 3,000 innocent people in our own country? Our entire foreign and domestic policy has been based upon the events of September 11th. It has enabled the passage of Patriot Act 1 and 2, established the Department of Homeland Security, facilitated the invasions of Afghanistan and Iraq, and used to pass the Military Commissions Act, which officially ended habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus in Latin means you have the body. It's a provision in the law where no one can just scoop up someone, put them in a black hole, and keep them there without that person having the right to appeal to a court.
All I want is for someone to validate the questions and have every American citizen exposed to the questions.
My name is Bob McIlvaine. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I lost my son Bobby, who's age 26, on September 11, 2001. Specifically me as a parent, I have an obligation to find out who murdered my son. The commission gave me nothing. 9/11 Commission was not an investigation. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a parent looking for the murder of my son. And you have to be a moron to think that 19 Arabs did it. So that's very important. Put yourself in my shoes and think of your child being murdered. And you've never had an investigation. Well, how would you feel if they refused to investigate the murder of your child?
When I travel to Malaysia or someplace and folks there say to me, so what happened? Were those buildings really brought down by the Americans, or were they really brought down by the planes? That's when I know there's a problem. That's when I know that there are parts of this world that are now receiving this information and people are reporting it as fact over there, that it really could affect how people view the West and how people view America.
What's the price of not asking these questions? What's the price of just accepting what we've been told and, in lockstep, just, go riding it till the wheels fall off without asking these questions? Sometimes boils need to be lanced. Sometimes poison needs to be brought to the surface in order for real healing to take place. And for us to turn this page on history without really reading it properly and making sure that we have all the right answers, that's unconscionable.
Just because it's the official story of record does not mean that we should not delve further and to see if really that is the actual story.
Yes, they lied. They all lied. Whether consciously or unconsciously, it happened. Now we need to look into why they lied and what were the results of those lies.
We can't have these wars, reorganize our way of life based on a false understanding of what 9/11 was. We have to go beyond the myth and get to the truth. We have to know. We have to.
And what perturbs me is that you don't get answers. Nobody wants to talk about it. This event that changed our entire history of our country, why aren't we allowed to discuss it? Why aren't we allowed to ask questions? The moment you do, you get a reaction like he gave me. How dare you? How dare you question your government?
So what are your questions?
My questions are simple. I worked in demolition. I'm a former frogman, underwater demolition team. I know how to blow things up. How could the buildings fall at the rate of gravity? Basic physics tells you that can't happen.
Yeah.
And how did the cement get so pulverized? Just simply from falling, it was blown into dust? What energy was required to pulverize all that cement
so
into
what
dust.
conclusion do you draw?
I don't know, but I certainly question, and yet I'm attacked when I question. You notice how if you bring up 9/11 and have any questions about it, immediately everyone attacks you over it. In this country, I thought before 9/11 it was good to ask questions. It was
challenge authority.
Challenge authority. But now apparently we've changed to where you're not allowed to challenge authority. You have to accept what the government tells you, keep your mouth shut, and stay in line. Well, that's not the America that I served as the military. I served because, to me, defense of free speech, popular speech, the First Amendment doesn't need to be defended. It's unpopular speech is why we have that amendment.
It's disrespectful to the memories. No, dumbass, what's disrespectful is swallowing that spoon-fed Kool-Aid that's parading as the official account of 9/11, hook, line, and sinker, like 99.9% of the people in this goddamn country. I am honoring the memories of those who were lost, okay? I'm honoring my brothers by asking questions.
You and I have a problem. Because the implications of this are staggering. If these buildings were brought down by explosive controlled demolition, then how, who, why, how'd they get away with it? This is a feat that only a handful of companies in the U.S. can accomplish. Extremely high-tech, only put out by Los Alamos and Lawrence Livermore Labs very recently. It's not made in a cave in Afghanistan. We're not talking about the same set of individuals anymore. This is extremely high-tech stuff put out by defense contractors. Well, they couldn't have gotten away with it. Our government wouldn't have done this to us. Well, we're not saying your government did this to us. We're asking for a new investigation based on the scientific evidence so that we can find out the real facts, so that we can determine who may be responsible and how we bring them to justice. After all, we've lost 1 million lives in Afghanistan and Iraq, which is based on this evidence. If we sit on our butts, nothing will happen, and we'll get what we deserve. What is that? Probably another 9/11 is being planned in order to further consolidate the controls that happened as a result of 9/11, such as the Patriot Act. The invasion plans for Afghanistan were signed by President Bush on September 10th, the day before 9/11, as documented by Newsweek. And we have the Military Commissions Act, the Homegrown Terrorism Act, all of which are designed to destroy our freedoms, and in the name of what? Safeguarding us from terrorists? Who are the terrorists?
The media and our government have relentlessly pounded into Americans' minds that it was terrorists wielding box cutters that were responsible for the attacks in America on September 11th. There is one truth that's come out of this, though, and that is that there is a war on freedom. But the war on freedom isn't being waged by those that they say it is. After all, how many of your freedoms have been legislated away by Osama bin Laden or the Taliban or Al-Qaeda or Saddam Hussein? The answer is none. Your freedoms have been legislated away by the very people who take oaths to defend your freedoms. Republicans and Democrats alike. Your Congress, your Senate, your President.
Wake up while you still can. We can still take it back. If you would only wake up.
I do not want people to forget that day.
No more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back. We say no more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back. We say no more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back. We say no more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back. We say no more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back. We say no more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back. We say no more, we're gonna fight back. We want the truth out, we want our rights back.